speaking of what happens next, Halo Infinite.
This is some drama,
dude. There's a lot of people angry about Halo Infinite again. If you didn't see initially, there was some issues with the Battle Pass and how monotonous and almost impossible it was to level it up. And then they patched some stuff and they made it so you can get a little bit more progress from just playing games. But now the new event has launched and people are raging like all over the place on Reddit. I've seen a lot of posts on Twitter. People are saying that people are unhappy with the shop in game. They're saying that it's, super expensive. They think it's predatory. It is a free to play game though. And so it's like they need to monetize somehow, I suppose. Maybe not though, because they are selling, the campaign and everything and Forge and all that, but I don't know. I don't have any friends that are complaining. It's almost like I hear people are complaining through people, and I can see why the Battle Pass, that was busted. And it's a little bit better. But, for context, I'm level 5, I think, on the Battle Pass, and I have 23 hours played.
I'm higher than you.
If I was playing any other game, I've only played ranked, so I don't have a lot of the quests done, because, you can play Big Team Battle and all that stuff, but if I played any other shooter game, I'd be level 40 on the Battle Pass after 23 hours. Your boy would be pretty far into it. And I'm level 5 out of, I think it's 100. I'm pretty sure it's 100. So at this rate, I'm going to take
sometime
a while.
next year.
Right? I'm going to take a while.
That's
right. And then with the new event too, people are just saying super monotonous. It's just, they don't even want to grind it out, even though there's a cool skin that you can get and everything. But I'm not sure. Halo Infinite, it's had an interesting start. I see a lot of hype, and people are praising the game and love it. There's some people that are indifferent, but I think that it's some rose-colored glasses or something like that. It's like people miss. I feel like people missed Halo, and they're playing it, and they're having a good time with their buddies. But here's my example. Here's my hot take. Do you remember when New World came out? And how addicted everyone is, and they were playing every day, all day, and now no one talks about it, and the player base is rapidly declining. None of my friends are playing it. I think it's the same thing. They're gonna play Halo, they're grinding it out for a couple weeks, and then they won't play it. I don't think it's a long-term, long-stay game, even though they're throwing money at esports. Because do you know what did Ninja play the day after Halo Infinite came out? One day after it came out. He was playing Fortnite again. Ninja, who built his career or started his career on Halo, he's been posting about how excited he is for Halo. He played it for one day for a couple of hours, and then he went back to Fortnite. And I'm sure he's played again, but none of the big guys are playing it long term. Doc's been playing it here and there, but I think they're just buying time until the next Warzone update or Fortnite update, because
Sure.
I don't know. I just don't think it's I think it's dated.
I think fans of the arena shooter genre are gonna feel right at home there. Absolutely, it really is quite a nostalgic title. I think that credit to 343 where it's due. They delivered an arena shooter that's banging. I really think they did.
Yeah.
My problem is that I just don't think that holds my interest long term.
Yeah.
And I don't think that means it's a bad game. I just think that it doesn't hit me as its target audience. I think the arena shooter audience is gonna just freaking adore this game for a long time. As long as 343 continues to support it and respond to feedback, which they have already been doing. Some hit, some miss. As long as they continue to listen to the community, I think this game's going to hit its intended audience for a long time. I just don't think that intended audience really is me anymore. I think I fell out of favor with the arena shooter genre a long time ago. And while I do still play, I played 2 hours of Halo last night before going to bed with some friends of mine. I'm still playing it. I just don't think it's going to be like a flagship game for me.
There's something you said. It's like they're going to have to support it. But that's kind of the issue here is this first event ever for Halo. This is the first event we're doing, right? They got this sick samurai armor. Everyone's like, oh, that looks dope. But then they have this horrible progression system. Get a couple captures. I don't want to play capture the flag, right? I want to play team deathmatch or whatever. So you're forcing me to do something I don't want to do because I want this armor. That's not so bad. But then it's get a kill with a certain weapon. I hate that weapon. I don't want to go get kills with this weapon or use this certain ability or whatever. And now it's like, from what I've heard, it's like you see people camping in the back of the map trying to get this ability or trying to get this like vehicle or do whatever to get like these things completed. And it's like they're not having fun. Mm-hmm. Their team is not having fun because they one man down trying to get this stupid challenge done. And you can only make a small amount of progress per week. You can't even like grind and get it like the first week, which is like I know that's something that Destiny is actively trying to prevent, but it's like you got to give grinders a chance to grind, because you grinders get everything done in the first few days and are like, I literally can't progress this further. Every hour I play is pointless now. I have to wait until next week. And that's a bad thing too. And it's one of those things where it's like, the game came out, huge praise, people having fun. Why have this greedy system? Do they really need the extra bucks from like selling the like samurai sword thing that's $15? Why can't it be $5? Like, seriously, why can't it be $5? You might even sell more that way. It's like, I don't know, it's just, you just get to the, like, do you really need that much? Like, is the head developer going to be by Bobby Kovic getting a $125 million bonus or whatever because they sold so many freaking samurai swords? I think SkillUp made a really good point and said, like, this should be a loss leader. Like, just make it generous, make it fun. What Halo is attracting people to the franchise. Halo's job is to make people buy Xboxes, not buy skins in the Halo store, right? Like, you got to think bigger picture here. So where like Destiny, I totally understand they can have a monetization system because they have so much of it more is free and all that stuff. And it's like, they're on their own. It's like Halo is backed up by Microsoft. And again, its purpose is to sell Microsoft products essentially. So it's like, I don't think you can like risk pissing off your community like this. It's just not worth the few extra dollars you're going to make from microtransactions.
I also wonder, like, there's got to be some sort of algorithm for...
Can I say really quick? Someone said, like, well, Valorant's knife skins can be $50, right? That's not the point. Like, this isn't Valorant, right? There isn't the Valorant box. There's the Xbox, and the Xbox and Halo are linked. And it's Valorant isn't you know, they're not trying to sell a certain thing. I think that's the important thing to consider. Like, the success of Halo is directly tied to the success of Xbox and vice versa. So that's my point here.
The thing is like, there's got to be some sort of algorithm where they're min-maxing the cost of those microtransactions.
Yeah.
But is it somewhat out to lunch for some companies, or like maybe they don't do enough research on it? Because there has to be some people that won't buy it just out of spite. And I'll give you one quick example. I was at Joey Restaurant here in Edmonton. We're flipping through the menu, and then I saw garlic shrimp skewer. And it was like $12. And I was like, how many shrimp are on this skewer? Are these jumbo shrimp? I'm wondering how much food is on this skewer. And I was looking at the price tag, and I'm wondering how many people look at those $12 jumbo shrimp and they go, I'm not spending $12 on jumbo shrimp. But if it was
just shrimp, not even jumbo shrimp.
You know, but if it was $6, they would have just bought it. And like, obviously it's like, well, if more people are buying the shrimp, they got to stock more of it. Like, obviously there's a lot that goes into it, but how many people look at a skin and if it was $4.99, they'd go, I'll buy it. But then they see it's $15 and they go, screw it, never. I'm not touching it. I don't know. Mm-hmm. They probably have the math figured out. They realize, well, we sell enough to those whales that we'll spend the $15. We don't care about the other ones, but there's got to be a lot of people that drop out and don't spend the money because of the obscene prices on a lot of these things. And you know, the other thing too is like, someone made a comment about Fortnite skins. If you compare the Raven skin, you know, it's got like all these particle effects, all this stuff, compared to a little sword dangling off your side, it's not really the same thing if you look at like base model to what you're getting. If you look at some of the League of Legends skins and the base model and then some of the other skins, they're insane. They've got all new animations.
Recognizable,
voice animations. Like, I don't know if you guys play League of Legends at all, but Master Yi is this guy with a sword, and then they've got these like cybernetic skins, and he's got like a freaking, you know, electric edge, really cool. He's got like a visor, all these different like every single animation in the game had to be remade for his attacks. And it's like, bro, he looks like a completely new character now. I'll pay $10 for that. A sword dangling from my side, not so much.
Yeah,
100%.
And I think we talked about this on the last show. I was really underwhelmed with some of the effects. Like, there's the fire effect in the battle pass. If you get towards the end, you get like this.
I saw that recently.
Fire.
PNG.
Did you look at it? Did you
it's
see
cringe.
it?
It's cringe.
It's
like,
so
why,
bad. It just
why
doesn't
is it,
look
like,
good. I'm
blocked
like,
off around. It's like clearly they have like these parameters. They just make shoulders and they just let it extend. It just looks like it's like blocked off.
It's
somewhere.
really odd looking, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
I
just
think
put
of
a fire effect.
because I think of freaking. I go back to Reach. You know, back when Bungie did Reach, they had effects like Pestilence and Tempest, and I remember those effects on your Spartan in PvP, and they looked really good and immediately recognizable.
Yep.
I think those
Yes.
in Reach look better than that fire effect. I was kind of bummed out. I was like, man, because I bought the battle pass. I'm working my way through it with my buddies over time, and I'm like, when I get to that, I don't know that I'm even gonna like equip it because it just looks so weird.
Yeah.
What was the armor effect called in Halo Reach? Storm?
I
Inclement
just
weather.
said it.
Inclement weather.
Inclement weather and
Yes.
pestilence. Yeah.
Inclement weather. I just want to Google it. I'm gonna get a picture, and I'll post it in the chat if you guys want to just click on it.
Yeah, like, I don't know. This whole thing, again, it's like one of those things where it's like, your game just came out. This is the first event. Why be greedy? Like, why go for the $15 samurai sword? Make it $5. Then,
Yeah.
because here's the thing. Yes, you might make more money, but guess what? If you made $4.99 samurai sword attachments, every news article would be talking about how cheap the microtransactions are.
Look at that thing. Gorgeous. Like, that's a nice looking armor set. And that's back in Halo Reach.
Dude,
That's back in Halo Reach. And that
That's
thing looks
right.
amazing.
Well, and I just compare apples to apples. I know I'm a bit of an Apex fanboy, admittedly, but I think of like skins that Apex releases every season, and they look so good. Just completely change the way the character looks and feels, their whole vibe. And I compare that to what I'm seeing with the Battle Pass from Halo. I really do think that the core gameplay is really good. They freaking nailed it, but they really did drop the ball on these cosmetics. Not just in pricing, but also in what they deliver. The samurai armor does look pretty cool. I will give them that. But some of those effects just look oof.
Do you know what's a good example of that too? Because actually I've been playing a little bit of Apex recently. There's a bunch of skins in Apex that every single character has essentially the same version of it, and it sends, there's like red arrows that go down your body, or there's green ones. They're just like these like color particle effects, and they're very simple. They work on every skin. Halo doesn't really have anything like that. Nothing that sets you apart. No Tron, coloring or anything like
sure
that.
they'll get some
It's
in
so
the future, but
basic.
yeah.
It's like now I can paint my armor a different color. It doesn't look
Yeah.
that much cooler. I don't know. I feel like in 2021, they got to step it up a little bit if they want to sell microtransactions, because changing your armor color is like, that's fine. That's cool. But you want some particle effects, some cool things going on. Like the fire steps, that one is pretty sweet. When you run around, it like leaves like a trail of fire behind you. That's pretty cool. I'll take that. But
Great way to find where people have gone, though. That's tactically a bad idea.
yeah, I'll take it. You know what? Track me down and good luck beating me in a fight. You know what I'm saying?